Okay, we know this. There's the seat and the eye, because we know if it was just the seat, it would be who? If it was just the seat, it would be who? Us. Us. See on the head, right here? Look on this side. See on top of her head is the symbol of the seat, the throne, right? So that's us, right? Because on the other side is Nev's head. That's Nev's head. See the temple with the N, with the Nev, the lady of the temple, right? But so you got to be identified. Come on this side. Look now. Look what these words here. You got to be looking at it so that you know. I'm not gonna touch it, sir. What did you say, sir? Not so close. Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. Oh, you're here to watch me?
Yeah, just not so close. Yeah.
Okay.
We should let people.
Yes, sir.
Foot away.
Yes, sir. I put a foot away.
About a foot away.
All right. Is this good enough, sir?
That's
all right. Dismiss.
As we can see, they're afraid of this primordial discipline.
Get that on film.
You know, it's all good, Ptah.
One black person in here being watched for us.
It's
okay,
that primordial.
I'm 1 foot away. I don't believe that. That's what you use for security.
Don't worry about it. Just continue.
Okay.
You all good, bro.
So now, words spoken by Awsar. Awsar is our paternal father, right? We know that. His full name would be Awsar Unefa Kenti Amenti. Unefa means a divine being, right? Kenti Amenti is the region in which he reigns, right? Which is, okay? We all understand, everybody understands, everybody knows that. We all have to go through all that basic stuff, right? Let's just move on. Urpat. The Urpat. The Urpat. Urpat. Urpat is usually, Urpat usually represents Seb. When you mention Seb's name, he's usually the Urpat of the part, not the rules. Urpat means the chief, or the Urpat, he's the Urpat, you know? I'm the Urpat, I'm the chief. Urpat means Urpat. This is Awsar, word spoken by Awsar, the Urpat. So now, right off the rip, we see that Awsar Unefa Kenti Amenti is being beautified here, because we already have, we know he's a Shamsu Hur. We know As and Nebhead are present, and Awsar is the father of Heru. His children are presented, so all the elements are present at this time, right? So we're talking Awsar. Here we spoke the words spoken by Awsar, and we're going down as he opens the ways. He's talking the ways of the soul, the ways. Here it is ways. This is ways or root, just like Upawat, the opener of the ways, would have his name on top of this, right? Here's a guy with an arrow, bow and arrow in his hand. Right? Here it is, Kepra. Kepra meaning Kepra Mesu. Born, evolving, born from the evolutions of Ra. Okay? Because we know Kepra is the beetle, and the beetle means he who evolves. Right? Right? So now we know, here is Ra, here's Kepra, see here's the beetle, and here's the KHP. So here's the symbolic, here's the alphabetical derivative, and then there's the beetle with the phonetic value right next to it. So there's no doubt of what we're seeing here. Everybody knows there's no doubt what we're looking at right here. Okay? Now, Mesu, he's telling you he's born of this. Okay? Through Kepra and Ra. So as he's saying Kepra and Ra, he's talking matter. He's talking solids, liquids, and gases. He's talking particles, atomic particles and subatomic particles. So he's talking about his relationship through and to the universe and his immortality, right? Which is the divinity and divine birthright of all Naga people, right? Naga, Shemsuru, and Nesubiti. This is what the words are saying here. Now he's talking about his spirit. Now, okay. So now this methodology that I'm speaking of is primordial temple discipline. This is not scholarship interpretations of the Medunetta. Okay? This is all primordial temple discipline methodology. Now, what this symbolizes is that his connection to his spirituality, because he's born from Heru, who is born from As and Aset, who was given birth by Seb and Nut, not Geb, not Keb. His name is Seb. The earth is Seb because SB means solid, and if you spell it backwards, it's BS, which is best. And best means fire. And if the earth means solid, inside of the earth we know there's a ball of fire. So the proper pronunciation in Medunetta for the earth is not Geb. If you say Geb, that means you're a student of Bulge. If you say Keb, Bulge is the British, is the English. If you say Keb, K-E-B, means, if you said K-E-B to me, I would know that you were taught by Birches, or Birch, which is the German, right? But if you say Seb, now you're saying primordial Naga. That means you're speaking of your primordial ancestors' expression of relating to the cosmic forces that allow you love, guidance, and protection through the daily experiences of ponderable matter. This is primordial temple discipline teachings here. So now, we know that Seb and Nut came from Shu and Tefnut. And Shu and Tefnut was born directly from the direct issue of the creator of all things, Ra Nebuchadnezzar, where even Bulge and Birch would tell you, mainstream scholars, European scholars would tell you that Nebuchadnezzar is the name that they found that they use as the creator. But in more primordial, before the Mastaba age, you would always see the Ra in front of Nebuchadnezzar, and we put the Ra behind Nebuchadnezzar, and we call him Ra Nebuchadnezzar Ra because one Ra represents atomic energy, which is the hydrogen atom, which is the hydrogen atom, which makes the universe expand, as you see here, with the Kepler and the Beetle. The Beetle represents the evolver of evolutions, which means the expanding universe. But when we put the other Ra behind them, because atomic energy has a mirrored reflection, which is subatomic. Light has a reflection, which is radiation. Radiation becomes heat and movement. So now we're talking science and religion. We're talking mathematics, the integer, using astrophysicists. We're using a new definition. It's called primordial temple discipline. This is called the cosmic revelation. This is the new age order star gospel of the self-creation of Ra Nebuchadnezzar. So we're bringing you from here to your total spirituality and breaking it down scientifically, religiously, and mathematically. This is what we're going to do as we go over with the RAG group over to the Royal Tomb Room of Sparta at MNCAAA. Exam and National Center.
Alright, family, so what y'all gotta understand is Egypt didn't turn white until, I believe, after the 18th dynasty. So after the 18th dynasty, you'll see white people in Egypt dressed like this. You know, what dynasty is this? This is 3rd century. So this is way after the true kings already left. So you gotta recognize that, family. Gotta recognize that. You know what I'm saying? Well, my man, right here. You know, we're just looking at the truth right now. That's all. We know what it is. You know what I mean? Let's see what century this is. What's this? This is BC 300. So that's a white guy. You know what I'm saying? When you see, I want y'all to realize when you see a bird and a head like that, that usually represents the out-of-body consciousness.